Hello everyone, thanks for joining us tonight here on NewsWest 9+. I'm Alex Camerata. Right now, many people are at the polls casting their votes and are eager to find out the results on multiple races across our area. If you haven't voted yet, it's not too late. You still have about an hour left to do that. Polls are open until 7 o'clock tonight. NewsWest 9 will be your election headquarters, so make sure to stick with us as we wait to get those results in from many different races. We're following a lot of different ones, but first we turn to Odessa College with a bond that voters are going to decide on with a price tag of $325 million. This Vision 2030 plan allows Odessa College to take care of the great work they've done and what OC is continuing to build by using the money toward career development and growing the Odessa workforce. We sat down with Dr. Gregory Williams, president of Odessa College, to learn more about this plan.
This project is $332 million, but we're only asking the public for $325 million. There are a number of projects in that. There are 6 major building type, either new buildings or major renovations, and then there's infrastructure needs, because after 80 years, the pipes in the ground and all those things, the pipes in the building, they're starting to break, they're starting to malfunction. A number of things are end of life, so we'll take care of those things with those resources.
And Dr. Williams also telling us that the goal is to communicate, educate, and to be the very best community college in the nation, because he says the community deserves it. Staying with the Odessa College bond, we have NewsWest 9's Cameron Leal, who's live at the school right now. And we know, Cameron, OC is a polling location for voters tonight. So what's the feel like there right now?
Hi, Alex. Yes, that's right. I am here outside the Odessa College Sports Complex. This is just one of many voting locations where you can cast your vote on that $325 million bond. Now you can see in front of me the parking lot. There's not too many cars, but people are coming and people are going. Safe to say people got their voting done earlier in the day. And OC's president, Gregory D. Williams, said it right. There are a number of projects that would be added to Odessa College if this does get passed. And we're about to give y'all a quick recap of what they are. Part of the buildings that will be added is a brand new workforce center, a downtown academic and business center, a community health and wellness center, a competition and celebration center, a conditioning and kinesiology building, and lastly, a fine arts center and performance hall, which Vice President Student Services says would be important for students at Odessa College.
Important to know that 1 in 5 students at Odessa College will be taking a class in the Performing Arts Center. That place will also be the home of new programs that students may want to pursue that will benefit the Permian Basin and benefit our community, whether it's broadcasting, radio, TV, social media engagement. There's lots of opportunities for us to utilize that space in a way that prepares students for jobs of the future.
All right, yeah, now this polling site, the Odessa College Sports Complex, is still open, so you still have time to come and cast your vote until that 7 p.m. cutoff time. Back to you, Alex.
All right, Cameron, thank you. Well, Andy, Mother Nature sure has been cooperating tonight for voters standing in line, ready to cast their ballots. We're getting a look in Midland right now. Clear skies. What's it look like for the rest of the night?
Yeah, Alex, most of us are relatively going to stay nice and clear. And the thing is, we have those real perfect conditions. Walking out the door at 81 degrees. It is just a touch on the breezy side, but I think for the most part, it's not going to pretty much put any type of disturbance if you're making your way out to the polls. Make sure to get to those polls by 7 p.m. It is going to be at a nice whopping 77 degrees. We're going to work a little bit more of those cooler temperatures as we do head out throughout the rest of the night. But area-wide right now, it's not too bad, but we are tracking a little bit of an isolated thunderstorm. This is in Fort Davis, making its way into the city about around 6:08 p.m. Gusty winds up to possibly even 60 miles per hour, and some quarter-size hail has been associated within this system, but I'm not expecting it to last very long at all. But I am tracking some more severe potential heading into tomorrow and Monday, so stay tuned. I'll have those details coming up next.
Andy, thanks. Tonight, we're also following a big item on the ballot in Ector County. Voters will soon get to decide on creating an emergency services district in West Odessa. We're joined now by Patty Kapoff, a community volunteer for the Emergency Services District. Patty, thank you for joining us. What are your feelings like here tonight as these voters head out?
Well, I'm very cautiously optimistic. I spent time at the polls today as well as during early voting. Lots of positive feedback about putting fire stations not only in West Odessa, but in the entire county. As you know, we don't have 24/7 fire and EMS services outside the city. And so this would fund building stations and putting paid professionals out there 24/7, as well as fully equipping those stations and giving them what they need in the end to save lives and property.
Super important. And we know that these districts serve a sort of zone. There's a lot of viewers that have been kind of confused on the zoning about where they're responsible for. Tell viewers real quick what the zones would incorporate if they were to vote yes on this.
Okay, so if you think the easiest way is if you think about the full map of Ector County, then take away the city of Odessa, the city limits, and take away Goldsmith. If you aren't in the city limits in Odessa or Goldsmith, this matters to you.
And what will exactly happen to the volunteer fire departments in these areas if this should pass, or let's say it doesn't pass, the volunteer fire department outlook?
Yeah, and so the answer is the same. So the ESD, whether it's here or not, has no jurisdiction over the volunteer fire departments. All of our 3 fire departments, which are in the district we're talking about, they're 501c3 nonprofit organizations, so they stand alone. They currently raise funds, they write grants, and they receive money from the county. That won't change with or without the ESD in the current plans. So really what happens to them is just as it is today. It's their decision.
And how will this affect the taxpayer? Should this be voted yes? Of course, everybody's going to want to know, is my taxes going up? Tell the viewers what that does to taxpayer dollars.
Of course, that's a very important question. We've been very open about that. If you live in the city limits or you live in Goldsmith, this doesn't affect you. You're not going to get any additional services that you have now, and you will also not be paying taxes. If you live in the district that we talked about, you will get services closer to your home, and we have to pay for those services, and so we will be paying taxes. And the average property value in Ector County, in the district we're talking about, is about $130,000, which at 5 cents for the ESD fire and the ESD EMS is less than $11 a month put together.
Okay, and real quick, I know you're voting yes, obviously. What happens if it votes no that way tonight? What's the next step?
Well, first we go home and get sleep because the community's been working very, very hard. And then it's up to the community. You know, it was the community's idea that we needed these things. It was the community who put this on the ballot. It's the community who's raised funds, done all the advertising, reached out to our neighbors, and today it's the community who's voting. And so it remains to be seen, but I'm cautiously optimistic that we might have good news at the end of the night.
All right, we will see. Polls close at 7. Patty Kapoff, community volunteer for the Services District. Good luck tonight, and we'll let you know how it turns out. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, still to come, 2 major city bond decisions are now in voters' hands. Up next, we'll hear from NewsWest 9 City Jolivet, who's at a Midland College watch party where she'll speak with President Dr. Damon Kennedy about the $450 million bond. We'll also hear from NewsWest 9's Sanji Milburn about the Midland County Utility District's $645 million vote. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned.
The NewsWest 9 Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time.
Odessa police are looking for...
Track how the weather will impact your day.
Wind advisory around surrounding areas.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news.
Breaking news tonight on NewsWest 9.
Live from the scene. Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. The NewsWest 9 Plus TV app. Complete coverage of your local news, weather, and more. NewsWest 9 Sunrise, on demand whenever you wake up, right here on NewsWest 9 Plus. The latest information and news that breaks overnight.
We received several reports of a rolled over truck filled with sand.
Stay ahead of the storm with weather impact alert days.
Strong gusts is going to be in the forecast.
Start your day on time with the team you trust on NewsWest 9 Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. Live or on demand right here on NewsWest 9 Plus.
High winds, lightning, and heavy rain.
We are into that weather impact alert.
Weather may get more severe.
High winds and dust led to low visibility.
During a thunderstorm, stay indoors and of course away from windows.
We're keeping an eye on the storm.
On weather impact alert days, stream extended coverage on NewsWest 9 Plus. On weather impact alert days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with NewsWest 9 and NewsWest 9 Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on NewsWest 9 Plus. When news breaks, watch NewsWest 9 Plus. See the story as it's happening. Be on the scene faster than ever before. Live updates from the team you trust. Stream breaking news on NewsWest 9 Plus. Download free on your TV now.
Welcome back to our election night coverage here on NewsWest 9 Plus. Tonight, the Midland County Utility District wants voters to consider a $645 million bond to fund water infrastructure. NewsWest 9's Sanji Milburn is live tonight at MCUD's headquarters at the Wilco Tower in downtown Midland and has more on this. Sanji, what can you tell us?
That's right, Alex. I'm live outside of the Midland County Utility District headquarters right here in downtown Midland. And as the polls close in less than an hour, MCUD is counting on voters to help fund a water treatment facility. It will have storage tanks and transmission systems that will run throughout the district to provide clean and reliable water for those in need. Now, back in 2013, voters created MCUD and paid a 3-cent tax rate. Since then, MCUD started designing and planning the infrastructure. Now the Midland County Utility District is ready to start building, and this bond will help them start construction. I got a chance to speak with the executive director, Rodney Rhodes, and he says some areas in Midland County, the water quality is poor. Some people even use reverse osmosis systems to treat water that they're pulling from a well system. Rhodes says this bond will help build a better solution for those people. Now, property taxes are expected to increase to repay the bond debt, and if approved, the bonds will be issued over a 10-year period.
We are looking at structuring the debt service payment on the bonds is that voters will not feel an impact until 2028. And at that point, it would be about $170 a year or $14 a month is what we're asking the voters to authorize.
Now, you can vote on this bond if you reside within the boundaries of the Midland County Utility District. If you want to know more about this bond, make sure you head over to our website at newswest9.com. Now, coming up, you're going to hear those results. Back to you, Alex.
Sanji, thank you. And hey, Andy, it has been a beautiful day out there. We've really been treated to some nice weather for voters going out to make those decisions. And how's the rest of the night and into Sunday looking?
So it is going to be mostly beautiful for everyone. It is going to start getting a little breezy. I am tracking a little bit of a storm, but as we head into early next week, we may slowly start getting into an active pattern. So enjoy the beautiful weather, and I'll have those details coming up next.
High winds, lightning, and heavy rain.
We are into that weather impact alert.
Weather may get more severe.
High winds and dust led to low visibility.
During a thunderstorm, stay indoors and of course away from windows.
We're keeping an eye on the storm.
On weather impact alert days, stream extended coverage on NewsWest 9 Plus. NewsWest 9 Plus, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. NewsWest 9 Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. NewsWest 9 Sunrise, on demand whenever you wake up, right here on NewsWest 9 Plus. The latest information and news that breaks overnight.
We received several reports of a rolled over truck filled with sand.
Stay ahead of the storm with weather impact alert days.
Strong gusts is going to be in the forecast.
Start your day on time with the team you trust on NewsWest 9 Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. Live or on demand right here on NewsWest 9 Plus. On weather impact alert days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with NewsWest 9 and NewsWest 9 Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on NewsWest 9 Plus.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is a rather beautiful day across the board. Surface high pressure giving a little bit more of that easterly, slowly going to turn into that southeasterly flow. But I am keeping my eyes on a little bit of an isolated thunderstorm. It is making its way in towards Fort Davis. Gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour and a little bit of that quarter size hail. I don't expect the storm to last very long, but we could still see a little bit of some small storms as we head in throughout much of the night with a very low and severe threat. I think those storms will pretty much keep trying to make their way southward, and a little bit of another surgence of storms, more so off into the west, making their way into near Van Horn, possibly even into southeast Mexico, but I expect those storms to dissipate very quickly. But most of us will stay dry heading into tonight, and it is honestly going to be a nice, pleasant night, working a little bit more of those 50s across the board, even a 60 down into Fort Stockton, 52 in Marfa, as well 57 down into Carlsbad. It is rather going to be warm heading into our Sunday. It's honestly going to be a beautiful day again, but we are still going to be tracking a little bit of some isolated storms, so we can kind of see with our contours a little bit more of those greens. That's kind of where our map shows, hey, where there could be a little bit of some precipitation, but rather warm down to Presidio at 95 degrees, 79 in Midland and Odessa, as well 80 running up into Fort Stockton. Here's kind of where that severe threat is going to be happening, a little bit of that level 1 out of 5 marginal risk, so it is pretty much a very low end threat. Kind of similar conditions today, held up to an inch, gusty winds possibly up to 60 miles per hour. And there is a very low tornado threat, but I think it really is going to stay low. We can see a little bit of storms pop off into near Pecos, slowly trying to make their way into southeastern Mexico, but I expect these storms to be kind of quick moving and out of the area rather quickly, and it is going to be breezy into the basin around southeasterly winds 15 to near 25 miles an hour. But those storms are slowly going to move out. I expect them to be out as we head into midnight, but we're slowly going to be looking at another system coming in, and we're looking at a little bit of a possible active pattern as we head into Monday and our Tuesday. Some possible active severe weather that could be into the forecast that could be on again to that strong to severe side. All threats could potentially be on board, so we're going ahead and put that weather impact alert heading into Monday and into Tuesday. But as we head in throughout the rest of the week, we're going to stay nice and cool into those 70s.
All right, Andy, well, our election coverage continues tonight. We're tracking more races throughout the Permian Basin. After the break, we'll get you caught up from the latest in Andrews, Ira Ann, and Presidio.
NewsWest 9 Sunrise, on demand whenever you wake up, right here on NewsWest 9 Plus. The latest information and news that breaks overnight.
We received several reports of a rolled over truck filled with sand.
Stay ahead of the storm with weather impact alert days.
Strong gusts are going to be in the forecast.
Start your day on time with the team you trust on NewsWest 9 Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. Live or on demand, right here on NewsWest 9 Plus. The NewsWest 9 Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time.
Odessa police are looking for...
Track how the weather will impact your day.
Wind advisory around surrounding areas.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news.
Breaking news tonight on NewsWest 9.
Live from the scene. Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. The NewsWest 9 Plus TV app. Complete coverage of your local news, weather, and more.
High winds, lightning, and heavy rain.
We are into that weather impact alert.
Weather may get more severe.
High winds and dust led to low visibility.
During a thunderstorm, stay indoors and, of course, away from windows.
We're keeping an eye on the storm.
On weather impact alert days, stream extended coverage on NewsWest 9 Plus. The NewsWest 9 Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time.
Odessa police are looking for...
Track how the weather will impact your day.
Wind advisory around surrounding areas.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news.
Breaking news tonight on NewsWest 9.
Live from the scene. Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. The NewsWest 9 Plus TV app. Complete coverage of your local news, weather, and more.
Thanks for sticking with us tonight on NewsWest 9 Plus. Remember, we will be your election headquarters all night long as those results from across the Permian Basin come rolling in. Turning now to some other bonds and candidates that are running tonight, let's take you out to Andrews County. There are several candidates that are running for City Council and the Andrews ISD Board of Directors. Here's a look on why each candidate is asking for your vote.
I've lived here my whole life, and I feel like I understand Andrews, and I talk to a lot of teachers and a lot of students, and I feel like that helps me bring something to being a board member.
I think any board takes a lot of knowledge, a lot of diversity of knowledge, and I think I bring a bit of knowledge from, I work out in the oil field, we do the vocational stuff, at work I'm good at, I work with budgets and for big projects and stuff, and I think the passion that I have for the youth community is something that I can bring to the school board.
I'm really passionate about the kids in this town, and I want only the best for them, and I'm really passionate also about academic excellence, and so I just want to make sure that we have the best academics we can, encourage more kids to go to college, prep them for that, make sure that they're ready if that's what they choose to do.
I'm certified in physical education and special education, and so special education it's a hot topic always, and the school vouchers, that's going to change the face of education, and so with my experience I can go in and say, hey, this is what's going on in schools and in every school, and this is what we need to help our students, help our teachers. I think I'm a good advocate for teachers and a good advocate for students.
I know the policies that we already have in place, and I think it's really going to help us moving forward as a district to move forward with a few things that need to be done in the district.
All right, busy stuff going on in Andrews. We now turn to Ira and Sheffield ISD. Let's break things down there, where 4 propositions are on the ballot tonight. Proposition A is a $43.77 million bond to pay for building and improving school facilities. Now, this includes work at the elementary school, high school, the cafeteria, and transportation, along with safety upgrades like fire alarms and fences. Proposition B wants voters to vote on a $1.49 million bond to pay off a previous loan from March of last year. And Proposition C is a $5.85 million bond. That's going to improve career and technologically education and to make safety and security upgrades at the baseball and softball fields. Lastly is Proposition D, a $7.45 million bond. That's going to improve athletic facilities. This also includes safety and security upgrades, resurfacing the track, and replacing the turf there. And all 4 of these propositions will increase property taxes in order to make all of those improvements. Remember, you can follow the results of these bonds as well as our other races right on our website. And tonight, the Presidio Independent School District has a bond of $9.9 million. This is to improve school buildings, buy new school buses, and security devices for those buses, as well as removing outdated facilities if needed. To pay for this, property taxes will be raised with no limit on the tax rate. And if you want to continue tracking the results of all of these races from around the Permian Basin, keep it right here on our NewsWest 9 Plus app, or you can log on to our website, newswest9.com. Stay with us. We'll be right back with one last look at Andy's weather forecast before those polls close.
When news breaks, watch NewsWest 9 Plus. See the story as it's happening. Be on the scene faster than ever before. Live updates from the team you trust. Stream breaking news on NewsWest 9 Plus. Download free on your TV now.
High winds, lightning, and heavy rain.
We are into that weather impact alert.
Weather may get more severe.
High winds and dust led to low visibility.
During a thunderstorm, stay indoors and, of course, away from windows.
We're keeping an eye on the storm.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on NewsWest 9 Plus. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with NewsWest 9 and NewsWest 9 Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on NewsWest 9 Plus. NewsWest 9 Sunrise, on demand whenever you wake up, right here on NewsWest 9 Plus. The latest information and news that breaks overnight.
We received several reports of a rolled over truck filled with sand.
Stay ahead of the storm with Weather Impact Alert Days.
Strong gusts is going to be in the forecast.
Start your day on time with the team you trust on NewsWest 9 Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. Live or on demand right here on NewsWest 9 Plus. NewsWest 9 Plus, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day. breaking news live from the scene, all the local news you need. NewsWest 9 Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. NewsWest 9 Sunrise, on demand whenever you wake up, right here on NewsWest 9 Plus. Start your day on time with the team you trust on NewsWest 9 Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. live or on demand, right here on NewsWest 9 Plus.
Good evening, everyone. We are still tracking a little bit of an isolated storm slowly making its way in through Fort Davis, but mostly everyone right now is nice and clear, working a little bit more of those 80s. 81 in Millen, nice and warm. 76 though in Odessa, nice and cool, with a little bit of 78 down in Fort Stockton. Here's kind of a look at that isolated storm. It is going to be in effect until about 6:30 a.m. Central Time. We are currently still tracking some gusty winds, nearly up to 60 miles an hour with that quarter-size hail. But I don't expect much of these storms to be pretty much long-lasting, but I am slowly watching some storms off into the west that may try to make its way into the region, but I think that storm a little bit more off into the west, I think that one is going to be making its way down south, and that's pretty much, we're going to see that kind of trend, but it's going to be very isolated in nature, and most of us are going to stay dry today. We're going to see possibly even a little bit of another resurgence of storms off into the west, slowly make their way into southeast New Mexico, but I think for the most part, they're just going to fizzle out, and I'm not expecting much as we head into our Sunday morning, as it is going to be rather pleasant, working with a little bit more of those 50s and some 60s, a little bit of blue on our map up into near Tatum into those 40s, working at 54 degrees for your night into Alpine. Temperatures are going to take it up a little bit of a notch tomorrow, working a little bit more of those 70s. I even think with some more sunshine into the forecast, I wouldn't be quite too shocked if we hit another 80 down here in Midland and Odessa, 80 as well into Fort Stockton. Rather going to be warm down to Presidio, still running up into those 90s with 86 down into Van Horn. It is rather going to be a little bit on that breezy side though, as our next system is going to be approaching. A little bit of that southeasterly flow may feel a little bit on that humid side, and with that is going to be a little bit of a low wind severe weather threat heading up into southeast New Mexico. We're talking about gusts nearly up to 60 miles per hour and hell maybe up to an inch at the most. But unfortunately though, we do have a very isolated tornado threat, but I think for the most part it is going to be a relatively low threat, with that main threat being hail and wind. Here's kind of how that system is going to try to track out. We'll have a little bit of a warm front with our dry line off into the west. A little bit of storms are going to initiate, and I think really these storms are generally going to kind of stay west of Pecos, making their way up into southeast New Mexico, and I think it's going to be very isolated in nature, and I think for our friends in Carlsbad, Hobbs, we should be done by the time we head into near the midnight hour. But I am tracking our next system that is going to come in, and with that, it is also going to bring a severe weather risk. We're looking around the time frame of Monday afternoon into about Tuesday morning, still kind of fine-tuning the exact details, but if everything tries to play out, we could potentially see all hazards at play. But I think kind of when it comes to storm coverage, it is going to be well north of us. So I think right now I'm leaving us around more into that 30% range. We got that weather impact alert as we head into Monday afternoon into Tuesday morning as well. So it's just a kind of a reminder of, Alex, it is springtime, getting into our active weather season. But I think really this kind of calmer pattern, I will definitely take it and appreciate it. You know, this weekend we've had a lot of weather for the past weekend, pretty much nationwide in Texas, you know, like everyone's had a lot of hail. I know College Station had a lot of storms come in, even near Dallas, they had near up to 4 inches of rain have fallen. We haven't seen that much here in Midland and Odessa, you know, we haven't seen too much. You know, I think our areas in Fort Stockton, I think they've seen the most rainfall within our past severe weather events.
Yeah, usually the southern basin gets hit with that severe weather. So we've seen over the last week, Austin, our friends in Austin, they got all kinds of tornadic activity. It looked like they were pretty busy this week. The Storm Tracker 9 team, we're not just covering the Permian Basin, we're looking at all kinds of stuff around the state. And also, we're keeping you updated on all the latest results as they come in, not only here on NewsWest 9 Plus, but we're also going to be live tonight at 10. We'll have full election coverage. We told you about several races that are going on. We had a live guest in studio to break down the Emergency Services District there in West Odessa. Huge ballot items that voters are going to decide on tonight, Andy, and we'll have all the latest for you tonight at 10. So the weather looking like it was cooperating as well for voters out there. I think Mother Nature knew that the Permian Basin had a lot of decisions to make here on election night.
The weather cooperated, and it was literally the perfect timing. You know, we had that cold front come in. You know, yesterday was a little bit breezy, kind of cold for the most part, but you know, today kind of made up for it. You know, we got more of those 70s, even saw some 80s back into the forecast. So I'll definitely take a little bit of a null into the weather pattern, even though we have some isolated small severe threats. For the most part, you know, I'm not expecting anything widespread, but I am keeping my eye heading on the Monday and Tuesday. So just keep that in the back pocket. You know, don't make any crazy preparations, but just be aware and stick with us here.
Yep, and we'll be following the latest weather as well as those latest results, like I just told you. So thanks for joining us. us here for our pre-election night coverage on NewsWest 9 Plus. As you see our countdown, polls are closing in about 30 minutes, so go out and make your voices heard. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tonight at 10.